Thanks, thanks, Christy and Wina for the lovely opening. Uh, it's my honor actually to share my story, actually to be invited to talk about my story. Creating the topic is creating balance and stay afloat. I think everybody understand this differently because depending on our family background, education background, and work experience. So today, I would like to share my story, and also then you have the feeling how I creating the balance and stay afloat until now. So from the beginning, I would like to introduce my hometown. I was born in a small town in the south part of China called Gongcheng. It belongs to the Guilin city in China, in the south part of China. Our city is a very famous tourist city where it has really beautiful rivers and different fabulous mountains around the town. So I'm a town girl, born in a small town. And my family now, I come from a very simple, hardworking household. My father works as a key maker, and my mom ran a small grocery shop at home. I have a sister who is 5 years younger than me, and when I was a child, I helped my mom to watch the shop from time to time, and that's the moment I start really go into selling things. And I even purchased stock for my mom from time to time, and I also once I saw balloons on the children's stage in the park. You can think about the other kids are playing around and I was selling things on the street. I also had several times sold the clothes buttons on the street and in the market. So I really like it because you see different people and you talk with them and they see you're a lovely girl. And so I always have a nice conversation with all of them. You might have an image now. I was a kid and 7 or 8 years old, was selling on the street, and the image can be quite lovely, I would say, but it is not. Now I would like to tell you a little bit more about myself, how I born. I had a very difficult start because I had a heart problem after my birth. I nearly died a few days after my birth because I stopped breathing on the street with my uncle. That time my uncle was with me on the street. Luckily, the hospital was not so far away, only 2 minutes opposite our my grandma's home. And the second was very lucky because it is a heart problem. It's a huge operation. Normally, the hospital send the patient directly to the city hospital by ambulance. But the doctor in the hospital was really brave to say to my family, okay, I'm going to try, because she knew I definitely will die on the way to the city hospital. So, and she did a small operation on me and she saved my life. Of course, I don't remember because I was only a few days old. So, but I heard this story from my parents and my relatives. It was not so easy. I was a very difficult child. I cried all the time. I couldn't eat. So I brought a lot of troubles to my parents. Yes. Since that incident, I was a regular guest in the hospital. I need to really visit hospital every month. And I was even treated as a guinea pig in the hospital from my birth till I nearly 5 years old. I was like really regularly going to the hospital, and all the doctors, nurses, they all knew me. And I'm like even like a working person there. and all the new interns, and they all need to, to text on me because they need to get more experience. They need to hear the different heartbeats on me. So I have no other choice. I was okay with that. I even can say I enjoy that because, again, different people every day. And so, yes. So after my age 5, eventually my body got stronger, and I don't need to visit hospital that often anymore. As you can really imagine, I was so difficult, and but my mom really gave me the great care at that time. Of course, my father financially support the family. Unfortunately, actually, my mom passed it away when I was 12 years old, and she had a blood cancer. So at that time, I was 12 years old, and my sister was 7 years old. However, life goes on. So my father was still running his business, and me and my sister, continue studying. After a year, a little bit more, we had a new mom in the family. So my father remarried. Everything changed a little bit, but somehow everything keep running as it was. The time never stopped for anyone. Yeah. Looking back on my childhood, I was not able to say one touching word to express my grateful feeling to my mom while she was still alive. You never know how wonderful and grateful to be a mom until you become one. She gave me life, so every time I tell myself I need to live it well because you work hard on it. I also feel thankful for my father, even though my father did not outwardly show his love that much. Even till now, we don't really contact each other very often. Yes, we do some video chat, but my father told me how to become to be independent. So my father, gave me enough freedom to grow. He always told me that I should be responsible for my own life. That's exactly what I'm doing now. So that's my past, my hometown, my birth, and my parents. My childhood. And now talk about my study. I'm not that good at studying, really. Even now, I'm very easy to forget things. But I always do my best. I work very hard on my studying. After my middle basic school, so I went to study in the capital city in our province. At that time, I was about 14 and 15 years old, and it's really a town girl, so young, and traveled whole day by bus and train, and again bus to the capital city to study. It was very nice, the college life for me, because that's really the time I start to become totally independent, because I didn't have any family members in that city at that time. I didn't have any friends. I was really alone in the capital city to study. I met different classmates from all other cities in our province. That was lovely. So at the first night when we were at the college, we were so happy and talking with each other. But in the end, we all ended up crying at night because we were so young. We miss home and we feeling, I don't know, was so young. So, but that was really, I still remember the date and still remember that night everybody were crying, and later we were tired, we fell asleep, and next day we had the training. So that's how it started. So during my college, that is I told you, that's really the time I started to be completely independent. I pushed it myself. Like even now, I'm telling my story. So I really make my effort to be good and to do good in the college. I gave a speech in the class, and I also enroll myself to the college clubs, and I all got accepted to be one of the leader in the class, and also the leader in the college club. So I was really happy to participate those all events during my college time. But in the end, at my college year 3, I need to end my study because the financial problems from my family. I was told if I going to do another 2 years in the college, and then my sister later will not have enough money to study. So I told myself, okay, then I will end now. Anyhow, I will try to finish it later, and you will hear it later. So I don't know actually what's the culture in your country, and also for me, it's really a simple town Chinese girl. And I was raised to think that in order to get a good job, and I need to study, I need to have a high, high education status certificate. But I didn't have the chance at that time. But wasn't really bad, but because when I finished it, those 3 years, I got accepted to start my first job. That was appliance factory actually, because so simple girl, and then only have a very not high education certificate, so I was not able to do to apply any other jobs, let's say that in that way. And the factory mostly makes rice cookers and soup cookers. I did some simple job in the factory, really in the factory, but I also luckily got also accepted to work in office from time to time for all the for some administration work and marketing purpose. I think after half year, so the factory owner took me and another 2 colleagues to Shenzhen. And that's the time I really see the Shenzhen. Shenzhen is the city. It's really now is the biggest city, nearly one of the biggest city in China. It's a city close to Hong Kong. Takes only a half hour by train to Hong Kong. It was a super new city and has a really new developments. I felt really totally overwhelmed because with the city, it makes me really have eager to work there. So I decided to quit my job. I want to find a job there. So together with a friend of mine actually from the same town, and she quit her job because she was working in a trading company. And she is 3 years older than me, and I quit mine. So together we went to see Shenzhen with nearly nothing. We had about 150 euros to 200 euros in our pocket. So, and the first night we arrived in Shenzhen, we had to stay in a very cheap hostel, very cheap. And I I heard my friend actually told me, and she was ended up crying at the night, but she didn't show it me on that day because it was so bad and she couldn't take it. But I didn't know it. After a few years afterward, we met each other, and she told me I was really crying at the night. But I said, no, I didn't have that feeling because I was so happy. And finally, I'm in the city. So that's how it started. The coming days, we moved it to, we got offered it to stay in a friend of her classmates rented house. And we had to sleep on the floor because of course, they don't have extra bed, in the city. But anyway, it's for free. It was not so easy to find a job in the city. It's really not easy because at that time, we need to go to a job center every day and you to buy the entrance ticket every day to enter the job center and sending our resumes to all companies where we are interested to work for them. And we get an invitation about 2 or 3 companies from 2 or 3 companies to do the interview at different places where we have to take the bus from one to other. It's took us 1 to 3 weeks to find a job. Maybe it's not that long for you, but for us was really a long journey. You can imagine every day with the weather is so warm in the south part of China, and we have to pay entrance ticket because we didn't have a lot of money. So we really count that entrance ticket every time. And also the bus, you need to pay to have the bus from one to the other. And but of course we don't have to pay the place where we sleep. So that's what makes something in the end for us. Anyway, my friend, she got a job after 1 week, because she had experience in trading, this industry. But I got accepted in after 3 weeks only. Yeah. But anyway, I was so happy because I got the job, and because I know I will get a salary, and then I will be able to pay the place and also can eat a little bit better. I got accepted. That's my first job in Shenzhen. I got accepted in a Hong Kong company. They have a Shenzhen office in Shenzhen. So as a receptionist, I needed to rent a room, and because I need to save a few RMB. The RMB is the currency in China, so I had to wake up early at 6:30 every day to cook my lunch and pack my lunchbox. Go to company by bus at 7:30. I left office about 6 every day, so takes the bus back to the place I rented and cook it dinner, and normally I eat at 8 or even later. So that's my job, the first job in Shenzhen. One day, we had all of our colleagues had a health check. And the result shows on that day, I needed to have a major heart operation in Shenzhen. It's because they found out my heart, there's a bridge, the blood was leaking, and the bridge can break anytime, and then there's no way to save me. And the doctor asked me, actually he requested me immediately stay in the hospital and do the operation as soon as possible. The operation, the Hong Kong doctor, she did on me, there was a small one, which can save my life and still can, but it didn't really solve the major problem for my heart. So, but I could really say I was lucky girl again, because the doctor who said it to me face to face, he's the best in town. He's the best in the city, and everybody who had a heart operation all knew him, and he was famous. But he told me he will do the operation for me. I was alone in the city, and I feel okay. I'm so lucky. So anyway, the operation was a big success, of course, because otherwise I couldn't be here anymore. It's really, I had to stay in the hospital for nearly 1.5 months. After I went back to the company, after 1.5 months leave, unfortunately, the Hong Kong company, they ended my contract after the stipulate the contract, the 12 months contract. So at that time, I had to look for another job. I was totally lost. I was only 20 years old. I felt totally sad, depressed in the place where I rented. I'm afraid I couldn't find a job. Yeah, but in the end, this time I started again, go to the job center, sending me the resume to the companies, and this time took me 1 month to find a job and got accepted in the end, which is I love that job very much. That is my first job. This is my second job in Shenzhen, but that's my first job to start to work in the hotel industry. So I got accepted at Marco Polo Hotel as a receptionist, a 5-star international hotel. My English skill was not that good at that time, but anyway, my manager really, she comes from Thailand, a lovely lady, and she gave me chance to work with her. So I was doing very well in the front line. I was the best seller there. I was the youngest too, so I earned quite a good income. And also in the hotel, we get a free canteen for the hotel staff. So we eat for free. We also have a free dormitory where I don't need to rent a place anymore. I'm not homeless in the city anymore. So, and even the hotel even provides laundry room for us where I can wash our uniform and clothes. So that was wonderful. Yes, but in the end, because all the front line, the girls, young girls, and I'm the youngest one who is earning quite a lot compared to them, because I sell bestseller, and you know the girl gossip things makes me very uncomfortable in the end. So I decided to try to find another job after 1 year of staying there. And that's my second job in the hotel. I got accepted to work as a secretary in a local hotel management company. So that was a big change for me, from front line to the office, and working from morning to 5. I don't have a different shift anymore. So it was a big change. And I work with different general managers every day. I see them every day and learn things from them. And they're all talented managers, and they really helped me to learn, to grow in this industry. So you can now understand, maybe you see I changed one job to another because I like to experience new things. I always decided to move, to change when I don't like that job anymore, and I don't enjoy that anymore. So I always decided to stop and change to another one. I like to have fun. By meaning having fun is meaning different development and talk with different people and doing different things. I think the work is very important because that is how I can earn money to live independently. But in order to live in reasonably well, actually, I don't need a lot. So I need a place to sleep. I need to eat. I need to sleep. That's it. So for me, if you remember when I started my journey in Shenzhen, in the big city, and I had only 150 euros at that time to start in the city. So I always tell myself, I can always start it again because I'm still a healthy person. So the rest of things, the experience, the work experience, the people I met, those are just adding bonus for me. I don't know if you all agreed or not, but that's me. I remember I watched a film, an Indian film, in the plane by the time I flew from Netherlands back to China. In the end, the actress was told that things are not working as you have expected. Just wait a while. This is not the right time. So, and then I always remember that. And last year I was very down. And I also had a coaching session with from my intelligent Vina. And together with that, to wait a while and wait for the right time. And also Vina helped me to think more before doing things. So those helps me think things differently in the end. And I'm practicing this now. So the time never stops, life goes on. Coming back to my journey, I was working in a hotel management company. At end of 2009, a friend of mine sent me an au pair program details to me. So we originally planned to go to America together, but she's the only child in the family and her mom didn't let her go. In the end, I ended up coming to the Netherlands alone. On 24 September 2010, I arrived in the Netherlands. I only planned to have a 1-year holiday to stay outside of China, and a holiday to see the world, to improve myself, especially my English. But later I ended staying here, and now I'm living in the Netherlands for almost 11 years. I met my partner, his name is Rens, in the Netherlands. The first time I met him, it was a sunny day. I didn't plan to go out at all because my host mom just gave birth. I need to stay in the house to help her around. But the host mom's mom, so the grandma, advised me to go out and enjoy the sun outside. I met Rans on the way and with his friends. They were together. So on the way, and I was only intends to practice my English actually because my host family, they are Chinese, born in Malaysia. That we speak Chinese at home. So by the time I have a chance to see a foreigner, we met because the traffic light was 10 seconds there, and we all need to stop and wait until the green light. So I really intend to practice my English, say hello, and to ask a way to the beach. But later we ended as a partner with each other. And now we have 2 kids, 2 girls. They are 5 and 7 years old. So time never stops for anyone as you go on in life. Things just fall into place. In 2012, on the date I have received my Dutch residence permit card. That's the date I allowed to work in the Netherlands. I went to register Sunshine Au Pair Agency with my very broken English. Even now, I speak with my accent, but anyway, it was too bad. You cannot imagine. So my partner, Rens, helped me to start the company and organized everything in the beginning. We are the last au pair agency sponsor that got accepted at the Dutch immigrant office. And I still remember the manager said to us, and she likes our company's name. And she asked me, will you take care of your au pairs? My answer was, actually, I'm living in this country alone. My best friend, they're all in China. And my family, they are in China. And I have partner, yes, but yeah, we did at that time. We are partners, yeah. So I said all the au pairs come from different countries. I see them as my family. So I will do my best to support their stay here, and that's what I'm doing now. I really work hard on our company, and also talk with them and do my best to give them support. Looking back on my past 10 years of living in the Netherlands, I have achieved a lot of things which I didn't expect at all. I have a partner now, a life partner. We have 2 kids, 2 girls, and also recently, I'm very proud to say I bought my first house in the Netherlands. So, besides of being thankful for my own hard working, I will never forget to express my great gratitude to all my friends along my way, from the moment I started to work till now and in the future. So when I think about those, I still remember when I was working in the Shenzhen Hong Kong company, the Shenzhen office as a receptionist, and my manager bought me breakfast every day because I didn't earn a lot. And he knew sometimes I couldn't buy my breakfast. I didn't have enough money, so he bought me breakfast every day and put into the drawer for me. And every day when I open my drawer, I see breakfast there, and different breakfast, not the same type. And also the financial department, Monica, I still remember her name, and she lent my money because on the date I went to the company with my last 2 RMB. I spent it to take the bus to the company. I expected to get paid on that day, but unfortunately the boss didn't come to the office, didn't sign the last paper. So I ended up have nothing in the office. I need to go back to the place where I rent. So Monica knew that. But she was very kind and lent me money to on that day. And also my colleagues, they came to visit me when I was in the hospital, and they even bought me homemade soup. And also my best friend, Max, and yeah, she's here also today, and she came to visit me nearly every day after her work. I'm thankful for all my good friends who have always believed in me and have encouraged me. Also, the host family here in the Netherlands, I worked it for 1 year with them. By the time when I was with them, I saw how a loving couple and raise their kids, and how they show their love to each other and also show the love to their kids. I didn't have that when I was young, when I was a kid. It didn't come from my family. So in my very traditional Chinese mind, I should marry someone. I think I should marry someone and have kids before 30. And it's like a standard procedure for me. And I have to finish it on time. That is in my mind. But after staying 1 year with my host family, and the experience really is a big help for me. In many ways, helped it me to grow. And we are still good friends with each other. I feel thankful for all those kind people along my journey. It might be a small favor for them, but it's a really mindful gesture for me. Their kindness brought me up, and now I have my chance to return the favor to others. I keep improving myself, and I think I will keep doing it till, when I'm old. And I consistently wish I could be able to give someone else a hand. As saying goes, it's much better to give than to receive. So here I would like to add in a little bit different things in my speech about my college degree. While I was working in Shenzhen, I attended also a nice school where I could finish my degree the last 2 years. So I did it. And that is the right time for me. So now you know about my past, and let's return to present now. So the COVID came last year. Sunshine didn't have any business in months April, May 2020. Vina and I started a branch company called Culture Online, where we provide the online Dutch culture and Dutch and English language course to the au pairs in the country. That was the starting idea that I made together with Vina. Later in the year, we hosted events for all the au pairs in the country, and we became partners with few another Dutch au pair agencies, where it gives us chance to provide candidates to them. And now we are talking to a British company about a recruitment project, and because they have ski chalet in France, and they need to have European nannies in a European country. So they were talking with us, and we can recruit nannies for them. So that's the thing we are doing now. I'm happy we get the new projects to do. So it's also a way of saying that's the right time. And I believe in coming months and years, I will just be waiting for all the right time and the right moment to add in more and more new projects to do. So those are all the things have happened in my life so far. I treat my past as a book where I can read it again, look back my experiences I have had. And with all those experiences, I'm moving forward towards my future. I want to stay young forever, which is not possible, of course. But I want to stay how I am now. I just want to be myself, to be happy, be with my family, be with my friends, and be someone who is able to help others. I would like to thank you for all of you taking time to listen to my story. And now you are seeing me. Soon I will become 35 years old, a partner with friends, and a kid's mom, and an entrepreneur. I don't know many of you, who you are and where you are now, and what do you do now. But I hope this little story is interesting for you. And yeah, I cannot tell many details about each year, but I'm looking forward to hearing your questions about me, and if there's something you want to talk with me about now. Thanks once again. Yes, thank you. That's what I also said. There's no another way. I need to go on. And if being depressed or unhappy, it can also, sometimes I also tell myself, unhappy is a one day, and if you are happy, it's also one day. It's then you just be happy, whatever has happened to you, because it doesn't make any differences to being depressed and at home, and So that's what I think. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you for sharing your story. Interesting. You are smart, hardworking person. You give me so much energy. So thank you very much.
Max is my best friend in China, and we met each other when we started to work in Shenzhen city, and we had nothing to start at the city, but we really be a company with each other and encourage each other. And she's now studying Chinese medicine, and so proud of her. And actually, she's practicing she's doing her best to practice her English. Even today, she gave feedback. I'm impressed. Yes, and yesterday she told me, "No, you don't pull me out, because I don't want to talk." But yes, and she did. Yes.
Yes,
and perfectly, and she spoke perfectly as well. So well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to know, what's the biggest different things you have in so many years abroad? How did you spend it?
Yeah, how? It's actually living abroad wasn't really my purpose. So to live here and to start my life here, because everything's new. I don't have any family and friends. And what make differences? I think here I have my freedom to do the things I like to do. And here the government is also giving support to people who wants to work and do good job. So in China, it was also very interesting experience, and then also I enjoyed it a lot. My working experience with all the managers. Yeah, but I'm happy I'm here now, and what I'm doing. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So Sibongile made a comment on the chat. I'll just read it out for you if you don't mind. Thank you so much for such an amazing story. I shed a tear along the way as I was listening to you. Your courage to go on with life without your family and support structure moved me. I'm still emotional, hence I decided to type instead of talking. So
thanks. Yes, all your words are really touching, and I know probably some of the people really care about me, and things, probably a poor girl, now till today, and so positive. But anyway, I think everybody have difficulties in life, so whatever's happened, we just have to face it and think a way to solve it. And if there's no way, then we just have to think another way. Or if there's no other way, we just have to wait. Yes. Thanks once again for being here with me and knowing me. And I would love to, know all of you if there's a chance, of course, in the future. And yes, and thank you for a lovely today to be here with me and listen the story. Yes.